Morning, everyone. Welcome to the one-day workshop for the students of University of Horticultural Sciences Bagalkot. The workshop is an introduction on Agri Startup Ecosystem, opportunities and challenges. So the workshop is being conducted by National Institute of Agriculture Extension Management in association with University of Horticultural Sciences Bagalkot under NAHEP-IDP project. This is our second year in this association. Last year we have conducted a similar program. So on this note, we welcome Director Agriculture Extension, our CEO for Center for Innovation and Entrepreneurship, Dr. Sharanaraj sir, to give his opening remarks and welcome remarks for this program. Sir, over to you, sir, please.
Very good morning to all of you, and I welcome today's chief guest, Professor Indresh, Honorable Vice Chancellor of University of Horticultural Sciences Bagalkot. I also welcome our respected Director General, Dr. P. Chandrasekhara, and I also welcome all the senior officials and senior directors and deans of the different colleges, all the senior professors, and also I welcome Professor Raghavendra Mehta, PA and NAHEP project of the University of Horticultural Sciences Bagalkot. I welcome all the students, those who are part of this program, all the different campuses, all the students, and we are very happy to go for second edition of this introduction of Agri Startup Ecosystem for the large number of students. Last year also we organized large number of students, and also very specific program for the faculty members also we had. What are the new competencies needed for the senior professors? And those professors also recently we met, they told that they are very useful for the program, and they are taking that message to large number of students. And recently there are students came for the India tour, southern India tour. They came and they met at Manage, and they told few students came, sir, the training was very useful, and we want to take some startup like that. Last week, some of the students at Manage, they came and they visited our incubation center and they met us. That was very happy for us because some students taken very seriously and they came and told. And this year also, based on this introduction, and also later on, we are selecting the students for the next set of training, and also with idea competition, other things, and a lot of students will be inspired, and it will be much more useful for the startup ecosystem. With this, once again, I welcome all of you for this one-day program on Introduction to Agri Startup Ecosystem, Opportunities and Challenges. I hope it is useful for the students and also faculty members, those who are part of this. It is much more useful. Thank you very much. With this, I request Dr. Raghavendra Mehta to talk about remarks and also about the program. Dr. Raghavendra Mehta is the professor and PA of NAHEP-IDP project, University of Horticultural Sciences Bagalkot. Sir, please, sir.
University of Sciences. You can start, sir. Start. Yes, sir. A very good morning to all of you once again. Honorable Vice Chancellor of University of Horticultural Sciences Bagalkot, Dr. K. Mingaresh, and Director General of Manage, Dr. P. Chandrasekhar, Dr. Saravanan Raj, Director Agricultural Extension, Manage and CEO Center for Innovation and Entrepreneurship, Mr. Yuvraj, Business Manager Manage, and my colleagues of IDP team member, students who have joined online. Once again, a very good morning. And today we are here for the Introduction to Agri Startup Ecosystem and Opportunities and Challenges, an online training program. So as you know, this is the second year's first, in our project, IDP, NAHEP IDP project. This is the first program of the second year's IDP project. As we know, we have been sanctioned with the NAHEP IDP project from the ICAR and World Bank jointly. The major objective of this is to inculcate the entrepreneurship among the students and make them ready to take the challenges and go for the startups. So this is roadmap is a long roadmap, and we had this first year training program with Manage, and it was a very successful training program. Last year, the students of all the colleges they joined, they undergone this online session like today we are one. And similarly, they also undergone the offline training program for 5 days. In the similar manner, this year we have started with the online training program today, And at the end of the workshop, 120 students will be selected for the offline workshop at the main campus of University of Horticultural Sciences Bagalkot. And this is one of the unique opportunity for the students. The feedback we got last year was, and it was appreciated by all the students and faculty members also. And I'm really thankful to manage because they could customize this very program as per our need for the faculty members and for all the students also. And this year we have one more task in addition to this offline program, because NAHEP has provided grants for sending the students for especially skill and entrepreneurship development programs at various institutes, maybe even international institutes also. At the end of the, at the end of the offline program, we are going to select 28 students, the international programs also, and remaining students, most of them, based on their skill needed, they'll be sent to various national institutes. So this is a beginning in the second year program. I wish best of luck for all the students, and I'm thankful for customizing this course as per our need. Thank you, Yuvraj. You can just pass over to next audience.
Thank you very much, sir. So that was helpful for the students of final year who have just joined this year. What happened to their seniors? The kind of work, the kind of program they went through, how it was useful. That probably would inspire this batch to take this an opportunity seriously, so that they can compete to go to the next level. So thank you, sir. On this note, we would like to welcome our Director General, Dr. P. Chandrasekhara, sir, to address the students. Dr. P. Chandrasekhara is an agriculture professional with 3 decades of experience across multiple verticals. I started his career with one of the prestigious organizations. He spent more than a decade managing various capacities. So he is pioneer for multiple programs, including Center for CAD. Apart from that, very prestigious programs under Government of India initiative, Feed the Future India Triangular Training FTF ITT program. Sar is handling that. The ACABC program, which provided entrepreneurial opportunities, multiple agri graduates, a few thousands of more than 60,000 at this point of time. Sar was handling that program also. And he went on to become Director General for CCS, National Institute of Agriculture and Marketing, Jaipur, where he is established more than 10 academic centers. He conducted more than 500 training programs. He introduced RK Raftar program there and helped to them for the #1 in the country at that point of time. Then he's become Director General for Manage, where he's introduced multiple programs as including FPO Academies, Seva for Manage, NNAJ, the National Network of Agriculture Journalists, manage multiple programs. So that's where across India, going to impact in various stages. Agripreneurs also is one of them. With this note, we welcome our Director General to address the students. Over to you, sir, please.
Thank you, Dr. Yuvraj, for kind words. Good morning to all of you. Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. Indresh Ji, thank you very much for initiating this innovative program and joining hands with Manage for enlightening young minds and drawing their attention towards agri startups, which is hardly heard in academic circles. My compliments to my colleagues, Dr. Saravanan Raj, Dr. Raghavendra Mesta, and Yuvraj for designing a very good program. And I can see many of my friends, colleagues, and my dear students. It's a very unique program. We are very happy to be part of this. On this important occasion, I would like to make a few observations of mine. We are talking about Agri Startup Ecosystem. In fact, because majority of the students and we all from Karnataka, I think there is a proverb, Manaye Modala Patashale. So that means the home is the best, the first school actually. So not for entrepreneurship. I had an opportunity to, interact with thousands and thousands of students and including their parents regarding entrepreneurship development among agriculture graduates. Every home, probably entrepreneurship development or Agri Startup Ecosystem, talking about those things in any home is even it is not last priority. It is a closed option. You ask any parents, they want their son to become a professor, they want their son to become a doctor or pursue IT, go abroad, but not starting their own enterprise. Exceptions are there. Some regions, some communities, like, the state of Gujarat, in Rajasthan, Marwari community, like that, here and there in pockets. This kind of, entrepreneurship and, startup culture is talked about at home level. I think that is the fundamental change probably we have to bring if you want to build a startup. Now, once, the students, once they come to third year or final year, BSc Agriculture, probably the decision is almost made. Now, what kind of subjects they have to take in post-graduation, what kind of profession they have to, take up. So it is not late because they are enlightened minds. At this point also, they can catch up with ideas. But home is the best place to ignite these ideas. Is it possible to involve, the Bagalkot Horticulture University is taking this on a very big scale. Is it possible to involve parents in decision-making process? We are all from very traditional setup, and ultimately, regarding the future of son or daughter, the final decision is taken by, the parents, majority of the cases. Is it possible to change the mindset of these parents by involving them in, in our program so that the decision-making process at a student level becomes easy? So that is my first observation. Second observation, look at our, education system. Probably the best student is rated based on the highest marks he obtains. The gold medal is given to the student who scores highest marks, not who invented best innovation. Probably this change, I think if you want to build up agri ecosystem, this change we have to recognize. I'm very happy to announce, because large number of students are here, Manage has announced Manage Samunati Agri Startup Awards 2022. The dates are extended for receiving new ideas up to 31st July. If any student, any faculty member, you having, new ideas or any startup ideas, kindly participate. Don't think that, it is in the initial stage. Don't think that, it has no legs, hands and wings. Everything will gather over a period of time, but make a beginning and use this opportunity. So university is also a place where, this can be nurtured. Probably the innovation festivals, conducted every year, inviting new ideas from every student, every faculty member at least once in a year. Probably that can make a very good beginning and set up a Agri Startup Ecosystem in any educational institutions. The third one, at observation at individual level, lot of opportunities for agri startups. We are yet to make a big beginning. For example, you take any technology, there are extension gaps and there are also research gaps. Extension gaps because there is a problem, we have a solution, but the solution is yet to reach farmers. Now, large number of technologies are available with education institutions and laboratories, but they are yet to reach the farmers. So can we come out with some kind of startups who can transfer these technologies very effectively to the doorstep of farmers? We can think of using artificial intelligence or IoT or many technologies, advanced technologies, what we are talking about. But this technology should help us to overcome extension gaps. Then other aspect is a research gap. The research gap is there is a problem in the field, there is no solution. So the question of transfer will not come here, but we need to address that problem. And for that also, large number of innovations can be, worked out. So my request to the students here attending this program is, when you listen to your, lecturers' classes, explore what kind of startups can be thought of with respect to technology, research gap, as well as extension gap to address. There are several new areas, we can make a very big list actually. We are talking about nutrition sensitive agriculture. We're talking about, climate change, attaining net zero by 2070. Preparation has to be made at present, and green technologies draw the attention of, international investors. We are talking about solar farming. This is also a value added, enterprise at farmers level. We have not done much with respect to these activities. Then carbon credits, nanotechnology. We are talking about One Health. It is the interface between plant health, animal health, and human health. So we are talking about traceability because consumers are becoming, value conscious, and value addition in every crop. There is lot of scope. Much can be done with respect to value addition in every crop. Uberization, when you go to, urban areas, how you comfortably you can travel with less cost, with highest efficiency by using Ola or Uber. Probably can we use a similar way our tractors and pump sets and other farm machineries? This is another area which opens, floodgate for agri startups. And there are, in what are all the changes which are taking place in service sector, that should also inspire us to come out some kind of solution in agriculture sector. For example, OYO series of hotels, the similar thing can also be tried with respect to unused space in every farmer's home for building rural godowns. We say that cold storages we require. We require godowns. We need not construct. Already constructed houses are there. They are underutilized or unutilized. Is it possible to, in OYO model, can we make use of that place for storage? And wildlife menace is, very serious in several places. Now, whether we can use, some kind of technologies to overcome that. Mechanization, lot can be done. It is a, big list. I don't want to, discuss on that. Then we are talking about soil sampling, soil testing. And again, we go to the field, we collect the soil samples. This time we collect. After 2 years, we forget that field. And real-time basis, location specific, soil testing based advisory we are not giving. Is it possible to automate the soil testing based advisory services through agriculture startups? It opens, a all-time business opportunity for, youngsters. And extension of shelf life of perishable goods. Why we have to store tomato only for 1 week? Is it possible to come out with some technology which are already available in, horticulture university, but for popularizing, taking it to the doorstep of farmers? Is it possible to popularize those kind of things? And precision agriculture, and most important input is credit. You see, there are around 1.5 lakh branches of nationalized banks, private banks, and every year they are increasing their investment in agriculture credit, but it is not reaching farmers in right time. See, one of the reason which has come out in farmer suicide report is the delay in release of credit to the farmers is one of the reason. So is it possible to see, if I want, for example, Karnataka Bank, if I want a loan, if I submit all the documents, within 59 minutes, I can get a loan. So this is what, a commercial bank has clearly demonstrated. Is it possible to experiment same with, farmers? Not, if farmers are having all the documents, somebody to facilitate the document, somebody to submit the document. These are all, activities led by agri startups. There is a huge scope for, professionals in this particular field. And linking, our farmers' produce to exports, taking care of traceability, taking care of finance, phytosanitary issues, taking care of, logistics and legal issues. And whole a lot of things are yet to be explored. They're, controlled by very few people who are entrepreneurs, nothing to do with agriculture. But these opportunities are open for all our agriculture graduates. Like a family farmer, we can also think of family doctor. We can also think of a concept called family farmer. In urban areas, farmers can produce and give the customized, food thing, whatever they want. So, unending discussion it leads to if we talk about agri startups. So somebody should open this window, for the students, and that job is done by, Bagalkot Horticulture University. I'm grateful to, university for such a creative and wonderful program. All the best to students. I'm sure that it ignite your minds, and someday we will meet again as agri startups. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, for your inspiring words and emphasizing on how to think about entrepreneurship early in their career, early in their student days itself, so that they can take an informed decision by the time they come to final year rather than thinking about the last. At the same time, we were talking about the kind of technologies available, how to integrate these technologies so that the gaps, there can be extension gap, productivity gap, these gaps can be covered and students can think about that. And also letting them know that existing startups can give them a path how to travel, what kind of a gaps they are covering, what kind of a problems they are solving. Last but not the least, family farmer. That's a very innovative idea. So thank you very much, sir. I hope the students would make a note of it and take it forward. So on this note, we thank our Director General Manager and we welcome our chief guest for today, Dr. Indiresh, Vice Chancellor for University of Horticultural Sciences Bagalkot. So himself is horticulturist, has spent a considerable amount of time in horticulture. So he started his career with the US Bangalore. Then he worked as at various capacities as assistant professor, associate professor, and from 2022 has been professor in Mysore. He worked as a dean, and then he moved to University of Horticultural Sciences. He was registered there. Then he has become vice chancellor, which is instrumental making the presence of University of Horticultural Sciences Bagalkot at various avenues. So one of that is we can witness here today NAHEP, very prestigious project supported by World Bank. So this sets a path for the students where they can showcase their skill, the kind of work they are doing at the University of Horticultural Sciences Bagalkot. And this note we welcome, sir. We request you to address all our students here. Please, sir, over to you. You are on mute, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, good morning to everybody. On behalf of the University of Horticultural Sciences, I welcome Dr. P. Chandrasekharji, Director General Manage, and his team of officers and faculty from Manage, Dr. Saravanan Raj, Director, Agriculture Extension, and Dr. Raghavendra Mesta, Principal Investigator and Professor of this NAHEP project, and the NAHEP team from UHS Bagalkot, and all my faculty members from different constituent colleges, deans, and also the students, my dear students, different constituent colleges, we have joined this very important one-day workshop on introduction to Agri Startup Ecosystems, opportunities and challenges. I am very thankful to Dr. P. Chandrasekharji for making it to have a very good collaboration with Manage. Last year also we had this similar type of program, And the students, especially the students who have already passed out from this university, they had a very good exposure during this in this workshop organized last year. And some of them have shown interest, and we have identified some students, and we are motivating them to start a entrepreneurship skills based on this one. As all of you know, this agri startup ecosystem is becoming a very important task nowadays in the present modern agricultural technology. A lot of new innovative technologies have been introduced, developed in various universities, and many students are coming forward. Now the students have got a very good opportunity, especially they are getting very good exposure to the industries. The industry, institution linkage is becoming very strong nowadays, and the students are being placed in these industries in the placement training, and they get good exposure. And some of the students, we shortlisted students are presenting their ideas about starting a enterprise or a venture. And thank you, Dr. Chandrasekhar ji, for inaugural address of today's one-day workshop. And coming to some of the suggestions made by you, the students, the ignition of young minds is very important nowadays. We need to concentrate on this entrepreneurship development promotion among the students. I just state that involvement of parents in decision making. I fully agree with you, sir. To start any venture or any business, the parents' involvement, their role in decision making is very important. Before any graduate or any student to take up any project. So in this regard, under NAHP, we are also organizing this students-parents interaction also. We are involving the students who are selected for this agri training. The parents are very innovative for this program, and there also we are going to involve the parents, and we highlight the importance of this entrepreneurship program. So definitely we'll take care of the solutions made by you regarding the involvement of parents in decision making by graduate. And another point he has highlighted was just getting a highest CGPA or the good best student is not sectional. Academics is the one part, and the entrepreneurial ability of the student is also another equally important aspect. Just because the student has scored highest marks does not mean it is going to become a good entrepreneur. Even the average student or good student can become a very successful entrepreneur. So what it requires is, it requires commitment and sincerity and dedication to the work. It is not just academics. And so the students, I request the students, don't get discouraged that only the university give importance only for students who have scored highest marks. It is not true. We give equal opportunity for each and everybody. You will not looking for your CGPA. You will look for ability, your seriousness in the project. That is more important rather than the academics. I fully agree with Dr. Chandrasekhar's view on this. And also, in this regard, there are many hackathons. Agri hackathons have been organized in various universities in the country, and they have identified the students, and they have been awarded with best prizes for their innovative projects. Last year, also, our university has organized one such type of project, and we have identified some students, and they have encouraged. So we should be really grateful to the sessions which Managed Institute conducted with our last year, final year BSc Horticulture students about skills and entrepreneurship development program, very much appreciable and successful. The students have been fascinated by what you have taught last year, and for this year also, we would like to give this opportunity to the current year UG students of batch 2022-23 to make benefit of skills and entrepreneurship development training program, which is conducted by the Managed Hyderabad under NAHEP-IDP project. After successful completion of this sensitization program. 120 students will be selected by this residential EDP training program, and among this 120, 28 students will be selected for international level skills and entrepreneurship development program based on the business plan presentation made by each student. The students utilize these wonderful opportunities, and hopefully some of you come up with a very good business plan at the end of the program. I once again thank you for inviting me to this event and take this opportunity to wish this online sensitization program the very best success. And students, to make an observation, we have been observing a lot of other students, engineering students, basic science students are coming forward, they are venturing into farming. Rather than the agriculture students. I don't know what is the reason why our students are not having confidence in venturing into the farming. Many of the software engineers, they quit the job and they started the agriculture farming. Most of them are fascinated by horticulture crops. Some of them, they venture into the protected cultivation. Some of them, they started tissue culture lab. Some of them, they gone for high-tech horticulture units. And some of them, they venture into the processing of fruits and vegetables. So there are so many software engineers and engineering graduates, they are coming forward to take up this farming. And whereas our graduates who are competent and they have trained all these 4 years, they have provided a lot of skills and all, they are not coming forward. I don't know what is the reason. Whether is it lack of confidence, lack of investment, lack of resources, financial resources. Maybe there may be some reason why our students are not forthcoming to venture into the to become entrepreneurs. So this needs to be identified, the gap, why this gap is occurring, especially among the agriculture graduates, because there are a lot of avenues, opportunities in the agriculture sector. The students after the graduation, they can become successful nurserymen. There is a lot of demand for quality planting materials. There is a good demand for production and distribution of tissue culture plants. Then they can go for high-tech horticulture, floriculture units. There is a lot of scope for vertical gardening or rooftop gardening. Then organic farming is also nowadays becoming a very important component. And even for small-scale processing units in the rural areas, which will help in creating a lot of employment opportunities for the rural people. The students, agriculture students can involve in that. Even the establishment of agri consultancy services in the rural areas, even for the customizing centers for renting of agriculture implements, tractors, power sprayers. Even nowadays, the drones, the agriculture drones for spraying and other agriculture operations. Now there is a lot of interest in these drones also. The drones can be rented for the farmers. The students, the graduates can maintain these drones on their own and they can rent it out. So that way we can overcome the labor problem. So there are a lot of avenues, and even there is a lot of scope for hybrid seed production in vegetables. The students, if there are many companies who are ready to come forward to maintenance of male and female lines, if the graduates, if they want to do something, they can exclusively maintain the particular line or restaurant lines and they can supply to the company. So like that, there are good opportunities in the hybrid vegetable seed production. I hope the students of this batch will take it very serious, and this one-day workshop on introduction of Agri Startup Ecosystem will going to influence you, or will you going to get benefited by this one-day workshop by the various visitor persons who have been invited to this today's workshop. And hope this is an opportunity for the students. Never in the earlier times, the students are not having this type of entrepreneurship encouragement, but now the university is encouraging the students. In fact, the managers is very much involved in our UHS programs. I must very thankful to you, sir. Especially the manager under the leadership of Dr. Chandrasekhar ji, who has introduced so many innovative programs in the manage, because I have been seeing in the newspapers and all that. In fact, last week I was in Hyderabad, sir. I attended one conference organized by the Telangana Agricultural University. There was a lot of discussion about the drones and some of the digital agricultural aspects, use of sensor-based irrigation, drones, then use of artificial intelligence, IoT, then marketing apps. So many very good interaction was held, and some students were awarded prize by the Telangana University for some of these interactive business plans. So hope the students will take a lot of interest. Please interact with the resource person from Manage and also from our university. And if you have any doubts, please get it clarified and continue your motivation for this to become an entrepreneur, and hope you will make use of this training program. I thank the organizers once again. Thank you, Dr. Chandrasekhar ji, for coming, spending your valuable time and with us for the today's inaugural session, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for your inspiring words. It's not only just your just telling them to encourage them to become entrepreneurs, but you have given a couple of areas also where the opportunities for horticulture graduates are there. Talking about hybrid seed production, talking about how drones can be utilized as a custom hiring centers where they can rent them and take it forward. The multiple opportunities you highlighted them, sir, and also you showed them the kind of work that various organizations, startups are doing so that they can take this journey. I would like to thank you for providing this opportunity for Manage. With this, that we'll start with a vote of thanks for today. Would like to thank, first of all, Vice Chancellor, University of Horticultural Sciences, to give an opportunity for this Manage, Dr. Raghavendra Mehta, sir. So who negotiated dialogue with us. We started with a faculty interaction and then made a very good program for the students. The last year students, we have given a very good feedback about this program where it helped us to continue the program. We would like to thank our Director General, Dr. P. Chandrasekhara, who has initiated this, and we discussed with them how we can make it a big program rather than a one-time visit. So it can become a habit for us, and collaborating for faculty as well as students with a national institute like Manage, the kind of benefit it can offer. And then our director, Dr. Sharnan Raj, who has given entire structure for the program, how we can make it better, how it can help the students, and how we can make it a regular affair so that students can come at various levels. 1-day training program, 5-day training program with SAR idea, which can help them at various levels, because not everybody can be supported physically. The program structure itself is a tied one so that everybody can be included like that. Would like to, last but not the least, all the students who are here for the learning. Thank you very much. So with this, we'll conclude our inaugural session for today. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.